Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Naranam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Shinvatam Sokatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Buddhantostho hi avadrani vidunoti suhisratam नष्टप्रायशवद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम् Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, verse 30-31. Verse 30. Yenahamatmayatanam vinirmita dhatra yatoyam gunasarga sangraha saeva mam hantum udayudhaha swarat upasthitonyam saranam kamasraye. Synonyms: Ena, by whom, aham, I, Atma, Ayatanam, resting place of all living entities, Vinirmita was created, Dhatra, by the Supreme Lord, Yataha, on account of whom, Ayam, this, Gunasarga Sangraha, combination of different material elements, Saha, he, Eva, certainly, Mam, me, Hantum, to kill, Udayudhaha, prepared with weapons, Sarat, completely independent, Upasthitaha, now present before me, Anyam, other, Saranam, shelter, come unto whom, Asraye, I shall resort to. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The planet Earth continued, my dear Lord, you are the complete conductor of the material creation. You have created this cosmic manifestation and the three material qualities. And therefore you have created me, the planet Earth, the resting place of all living entities. Yet you are always fully independent, my Lord. Now that you are present before me and ready to kill me with your weapons, let me know where I should go to take shelter and tell me who can give me protection. Purport: the planet Earth herein exhibits the symptoms of full surrender before the Lord. As stated, no one can protect the person whom Krishna is prepared to kill, and no one can kill the person whom Krishna protects. Because the Lord was prepared to kill the planet Earth, there was no one to give protection to her. We are all receiving protection from the Lord, and it is therefore proper that every one of us surrender unto Him. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 66, the Lord instructs, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja aham tam sarva papevyo mokshishami masuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur sings, my dear Lord, whatever I have, even my mind, the center of all material necessities, namely my home, my body, and whatever I have in connection with this body, I now surrender unto you. You are now completely independent to act however you like. If you like, you can kill me, and if you like, you can save me. In any case, I am your eternal servant, and you have every right to do whatever you like. Text 31. Yaetadadvasrascharacharam somayatmasraya vitarkaya Taiva so ayam kila guptum udyataha katham no mam dharma paro jidham sati. Synonyms: Yah, one who, etad, these, adau, in the beginning of creation, asrajat, created, characharam, moving and non-moving living entities, so Mayaya, by his own potency, Atma Asraya, sheltered under his own protection, Avitarkyaya, inconceivable, Taya, by the same Maya, Eva, certainly, Sahi, I am, this king, Kila, certainly, Guptum Utyadaha, prepared to give protection, Katham, how, no, then, Mam, me, Dharma Paraha, one who is strictly following religious principles, Diham Sati desires to kill. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the beginning of creation, you created all these moving and non moving living entities by your inconceivable energy. Through this very same energy, you are now prepared to protect the living entities. Indeed, you are the supreme protector of religious principles. Why are you so anxious to kill me, even though I am in the form of a cow? Purport: the planet Earth argues that there is no doubt that one who creates can also annihilate by his sweet will. The planet Earth questions why should be killed, why she should be killed when the Lord is prepared to give protection to everyone. After all, it is the earth that is the resting place for all other living entities, and it is the earth that produces grains for them. End of purport. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पश्यत्यदिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'm seeking blessing from all assembled Vaishnavas, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam to purify myself. So I'll just summarize both the verses. I have taken notes from a lecture given by His Holiness Srila Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. So we see here how Mother Cow is explaining that when Krishna wants to give protection to someone, no one can kill. And when Krishna wants to kill someone, no one can protect. Like we know, Rakhe Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhe Kiye. ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम. So Krishna's will is supreme will. If he does not will, even a blade of grass will not shake. According to his will, creation, maintenance, and destruction of the cosmic manifestation takes place. So there are so many examples. You can see one example is Lord Balaram. He wanted Subhadra's hand should be given to Duryodhan, but Krishna's will was Arjuna should marry her, and that finally happened. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 5.142. We see there Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Sabhabhratya Aryache Nachaye Setaiche Kara Nitya. Lord Krishna alone is the supreme controller, and all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them to dance. So Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in this purport that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura sings, "My dear Lord, whatever I have, even my mind, the center of all material necessities, namely my home, my body, and whatever I have in connection with this body, I now surrender unto you. You are now completely independent to act however you like. If you like, you can kill me, and if you like, you can save me. In any case, I am your eternal servant, and you have every right to do whatever you like." So there is a very beautiful bhajan by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. I'll just sing that and I'll explain what Acharya is saying in through that song. तुम्ही सर्वेश्वरेश्वर भजेंद्र कुमारा तुम्हारा इच्छाए विश्वे सृजना संहारा तुम्ही सर्वेश्वरेश्वर ब्रजेंद्र कुमारा Tumi Sarveshwareshwara. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying here, O Brajendra Kumara, you are Sarveshwareshwara, means you are the Ishwara of all Ishwaras. That means Parameshwara, Supreme Ishwara, and your will is Supreme Will. Tomorrow इच्छाए विश्वे सृजन samhara means according to your mere willing, creation and annihilation take place. Then further he is singing तव इच्छा मतो ब्रह्मा करे न सृजाना तव इच्छा मतो विष्णु करे न पालना तव इच्छा शिव करे न संहारे तव इच्छा मते माया सृजे कारागारे. Oh, he's saying Tavaichamato Brahma Karena Srijana. According to your will, Brahma creates. According to your will, Lord Vishnu maintains. According to your will, Lord Shiva annihilates. According to your will, Maya has created this prison house. This material world is a prison house created by Maya according to the will of Krishna. Then he's singing तव इच्छमते जीवेर जन्म मरण समृद्धि निपते दुखा सुख samghatana. According to your will, the births and deaths of Jiva takes place. According to your will, happiness comes, distress comes, some development comes, and some destruction comes, deterioration comes. मिच्छे मायाबद्ध जीवा सपा सफीरे तव इच्छा बिना किच्छु खोरित न पारे. But a conditioned soul who has forgotten Krishna, the supremacy of Krishna, the supreme will of Krishna, thinks that he is doing. Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 verse 27 says, प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वशहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्तहमिति मन्यते. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are actually carried out by the three modes of material nature. So Jiva is thinking, Jiva is doing, Jiva don't know that he's always acting under the three modes of material nature. Then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is further singing, Tumi to rakshakara palaka amara tumara charana vina asana hiyara. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying here, Oh Krishna, you are my maintainer and you are my protector, Rakshaka and Palaka. I have no other desire, only one desire to get your lotus feet. That is my only desire. No other desires I have. निज बड़े चेष्टा प्रति भरोसा छड़िया तुम्हार इच्छाए अच्छी निर्भर करिया. O Lord, I have given up all dependence, all hope, and all dependence on my own strength, on my own effort. I have given up all these things. I am completely dependent on your supreme will. So, what our Mahajanas, or what our Acharyas have told here, we have to follow that. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says in another song, Marabi rakhaviyo ichha tomar nitya dasa pratitya adhikar. Narottam Das Thakur also say the same thing. Oh Lord, I am your eternal servant. You have complete right on me. I am yours. I don't belong to myself. I belong to yourself. You have complete right to me. You have complete right on me. Whatever you like is your sweet will. That's the characteristics of surrendered soul. But conditioned soul, what conditioned soul think? Everything will happen as per my will. Bhakti Vinod Thakur in another song says, Asamatra jiva kore tava ichha phale. Man proposes and God disposes. So, Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 verse 23, the Lord says, उपद्रष्टानुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमात्मेति च प्योक्ता देहोऽस्मिन् पुरुषः परः. Anumanta, here Lord is saying Anumanta. Anumanta means permitter. Unless he sanctions, unless he wills, nothing can take place. Krishna has his free will. Nobody can challenge it or alter it. So sometimes the conditioned soul becomes puffed up and become very proud. Even demigods, they become very proud sometimes. So there is a very nice story how Krishna taught the demigods elation. He appeared as a yaksha. So Indradev sent fire god and wind god, Agnidev and Vayudev, to test who this beautiful Yaksha is. So first he sent fire god. Fire god came to Krishna, Krishna in the form of Yaksha, and asked him. So Krishna asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "I am fire god. So I can burn anything into ashes." Krishna says, "Okay, okay. Can you please burn this piece of dry grass?" And fire god tried his best, but he could not. You see, if Krishna don't want, it won't happen. Then if Krishna don't want the grass to burn, it did not burn. The fire god felt so like very offended and came back. Then the wind god went to Yaksha. Yaksha asked again, who are you? He said, I am wind god. I can blow anything in air. Oh, okay. Krishna said, okay, that's okay. Can you please blow this piece of grass in air? And the wind god was not able to blow that small piece of grass in air. And again, wind god feels so embarrassed. So if Krishna don't want, even a blade of grass cannot move, how powerful you may be. So our acharyas, they taught us how they are completely dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. We have to take shelter of the holy name of the Lord. There is no difference between the holy name of the Lord and the Lord Himself. See, I have quoted two verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 17, verse 22. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara, Nama Hete Hai Sarva Jagat Nistara. In this age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Simply by chanting the holy name, one associates with the Lord directly. Anyone who does this is certainly delivered. Then from Adilila chapter 7 verse 74, it means Nama Vinu Kali Kale Nahi Ara Dharma Sarva Mantra Sara Nama Esastra Marma. In this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than the chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. Name of the Lord is more merciful than the Lord. So how we'll chant? We have to chant Dina Bhabe, means we have to chant very humbly. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, verse 26, prayer by Queen Kunti, where Mother Kunti is saying, Janmeshwarya Shruta Srivir, Edhamana Madha Puman, Naivaryati Abhidhatum Vai, Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty cannot approach you with sincere feeling. So a helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same holy name in great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, but he is incapable of uttering the name in quality. Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami, they had very high birth, material opulence, material position. They were ministers and very learned scholars, very proficient in different languages like Sanskrit, Arabic, Persian, and many other languages. They're good looking also. But they kicked off all this and took up Kanthi and Kopin, lived under trees. But what asset they possess? Their asset is Krishna. Even Madan Gopal, he came to Sanatan Goswami and he said, Baba, I will stay with you. Baba, tomar thake rahiba. Sanatan Goswami said, I'm just eating dry chapati. What will I feed you? The Lord said, I will eat that thing. So they were like always busy in chanting the holy name 24 hours. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 66, Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vrajaham tum sarva papevyo mokshishami ma shuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So, planet Earth is saying here, the Lord has created everything, so He has all rights to annihilate also. So she is arguing why she should be killed if the Lord is prepared to give protection to everyone. So we have to take shelter of Krishna, and we have to surrender to Krishna. And how the process of surrender? How is the process of surrender to Krishna, which is mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas? Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshishati vishwasha gopatri varanam tatha atma nikshepa karpanya sadvidha saranagati. So the devotee has to accept everything that is favorable for rendering the transcendental loving service to the Lord. He must reject everything unfavorable to the Lord's service. The devotee must be firmly convinced that Krishna will give him protection. Avashya Rakshive Krishna Vishwashapalana. Then the devotee should accept Krishna as his supreme maintainer and master. And then fifth one, self-surrender means remembering that one's activities and desires are not independent. The devotee is completely dependent on Krishna, and he acts and thinks as Krishna desires. The devotee is meek and humble. So this is the process of surrender to Krishna.